to not get above zero on Monday. Crystal?
Oh, brutal. All right. The next storm and the cold plunge could definitely affect a lot of people shopping and what you're going to be doing here the next few days. Joining me now is Paul Walsh. She's our business and weather expert. Paul, always good to see you.
Yes.
Lots to talk about. Chris just mentioned the cold plunge, but first we have possible snow in the south, even places like Atlanta. How is that going to impact the way people shop? Because people wait to make sure it's really in the forecast, right? You're not necessarily prepared.
Well, yeah, but the forecast really does sort of drive behavior. People watch the weather specifically to plan their day or plan what they're going to be doing for the next few days. And so when there's a forecast of winter weather, especially in the south and places like Atlanta, it has a very significant impact. So it is going to have an impact on grocery stores, on winter apparel, and all those other things. And it's going to be especially strong because it's been so warm, where it was 70 degrees down here just a few days ago. And all of a sudden, boom, it's wintertime, and it just drives a huge spike in sales.
Speaking of wintertime, that cold coming in, especially across the upper Midwest and the Northeast, some of the coldest air we've had so far this season. What does that mean when it comes to the way people are buying?
Same thing. It's been we've had a relatively mild period across the Northeast and the Midwest. No snow in Chicago for almost the entire winter. Last year was incredibly warm, one of the warmest winters on record. So when this cold weather hits, it's going to have a very, very strong impact on people, and there's going to be a mad rush really for people going in to buy those winter goods that they haven't bought this year and maybe even last year. So it's going to be a big surge.
And since it's time to get those winter goods out of the store, I mean, spring items are coming in already. Can we expect some kind of discount?
Well, there's discounts now because we're coming off of warm weather, so retailers are forced to mark the prices down to try to move the product. This weather will be very beneficial to the retailers because it'll help them move this product to get new product in time for spring, because even though it's January, the spring products are starting to flow in, so they'll want to get those products moved out. So as long as we don't have snow, which will impact people getting into stores, it's good news for retailers.
And what about looking ahead to spring? Is it too soon to do that? I mean, record-setting warmth last spring, that has to impact the way things are going to run this time around.
Absolutely. So last year's sales were very strong because spring started so early, and it was the warmest spring on record, literally. So this year, retailers generally plan their business based on sales from last year, so they're likely to have very, very high inventory levels, and the chances of it being as warm this year as compared to last year are like minimal. So I would expect to see markdowns for spring products. So the message is buy your spring products no matter what the weather is, because you're going to get a good deal, and the weather might not be as good as it was last year, but the conditions will be there.
All right, great advice. Thank you so much, Paul Walsh, our expert on weather and business. It'll be interesting to see how the next few months play out. Here's Chris.
Chris, it'll be interesting to see how the next couple of days